everybody, welcome to Brigitting the Gap. I'm so excited about today, but before I get started, I want you to be able to please subscribe to my channel, click the bell, and also thumbs up. That would be great. I'm excited to introduce you to Danielle. Not only is she an amazing financial advisor, just talented in many, many ways, you'll be able to learn about her, but she has a topic that I'm very passionate about. How many of you know of people that are in business? They're working day to day, but they're not planning for their future. That's what today is all about. So welcome back and continue watching the show. So welcome to our channel. Today I'm so excited about Brigitting the Gap, and I'm so excited to have my friend introduce herself. Please, Danielle, introduce yourself.
Well, hello everyone. I am Danielle Costantino, and I am a financial planner. I have been an entrepreneur for most of my life, but legitimately for 9 years. I've spent much time in direct sales and now obviously into financial planning. And so I understand that whole battle of not preparing for the future, only preparing for today, and basically regurgitating everything that we're doing back into our business to help it grow.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna pick your brain on this one because I think everybody needs help with this. But before we get started, tell us a little bit about you. First of all, you guys, I love her. She's one of my dearest friends, and she has so much to offer this world. But I'm gonna have her introduce herself a little bit.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I am a mother of two. I have a 12-year-old boy and a 6-year-old little girl. I have a phenomenal husband who is my business partner as well. He has been my leading factor for many, many years.
Yes.
Almost my coach to some degree, because he has always been the one that believed in me. Even
Sometimes more than you believed in yourself.
Exactly.
Yep.
And you need that camaraderie. So, but yeah, so we live out here in Denver, have been out here since 2000. And we are both financial planners working together to help small business owners retire tax-free.
You know, Danielle, I know a lot about your past, and you've built teams in the past, right?
Correct.
You've built teams. How many times have you seen somebody make a lot of money and end up not doing smart things with it?
I'm guilty of that myself. And honestly, I think that's where I'm so passionate about this, because when I got into direct sales, which we have had two very, very successful businesses.
Yes, you have.
Many, many teammates, and it's a volunteer army. And one of the things, that a lot of times you hear people come in for is that extra money. And I can tell you out of personal experience, when we got in, it was for that extra money. And it was, in addition to a corporate America gig. And so it was fine at that point, and then you get to that point where you start to have extra money and more extra money, and what do you do with it? And you get to that point where you can, leave your corporate gig, which was fantastic.
Yes.
And then all that money is there, and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do with it? And of course you're reinvesting it back in. You see the value of it.
Absolutely, and you have to.
And you do, and into your team, and into growing and learning and all of these things. And I think it just kind of hit us like a brick wall that we had absolutely no idea what we needed to do, the right path we needed to take, how we should be investing. And it really wasn't until we got into this industry that it really hit hard.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
It's eye-opening for you.
Oh my gosh, and it's really scary, quite honestly.
It is scary.
Started reading some books and some different things and thought, oh my gosh, we've been so behind the times. We had no idea what we were doing, and that's really where we want to help small business owners not have those same failures that we did, and
Absolutely.
not make the same mistakes, and realize they can catch up too.
You're absolutely right. So the audience is really, the message I get a lot from audience, and that I have witnessed myself, is not everybody had a financial mentor like I did.
Right.
I shared my story with you. I had a banker that was telling me the steps I need to make. My loan was a handshake loan. Don't even hear about those anymore. Or I don't think you have to give your blood and your firstborn to get a loan. But not everybody had that support. Danielle, why is it important before somebody even opens their own business to be set up with a financial advisor and to be ready?
You bet. Well, and first and foremost, do your research. Find the right financial planner. You will find one on every corner. Doesn't mean they know what they're. Yeah, doesn't know. They don't know necessarily what they're doing. And if they don't understand the language of tax-free, and I'll kind of hit on a couple of points with that. They're not possibly setting you up in the best capacity. And a lot of financial planners don't have access to tools that really can help the small business owner, that high income earner. Some of those people really protect their assets, including their family. If they're the breadwinner, we want to make sure that they've got everything covered
Oh, Danielle, what about a partnership?
Oh, it's huge.
I mean, how many partnerships get started? Although I don't think today you can start without a financial planner in a partnership, can you?
You actually can.
You can't.
You can. And so
And
there's
what
so
a mistake
many
is
things.
that?
Correct. And not even that. I mean, you need that financial planner. You need the attorney. You know, and most people have that attorney if they have the partnership, but they lack with the financial side of the house. And what happens if
One of the partners die.
somebody dies or somebody gets chronically or terminally
Oh.
ill? Who's going to take over
Yeah.
the livelihood of that business? And you know, if the person that gets sick is a breadwinner of their family, now potentially their family could get orphaned. And do they know how to get income out of the business? You know, what are all of those scenarios?
This could be overwhelming.
It's very
But it
overwhelming.
doesn't have to be.
It doesn't. Not if they're set up with the right person and they do the due diligence to set it up first.
Exactly.
Which is huge, and
Yeah.
it's a critical must do, regardless if you're in direct sales or you're starting a brick and mortar business or an online business. You have to have it in place.
Danielle, I believe with all my heart that everybody should be set up a financial planner before they turn key or say yes to something.
Agreed.
I really do. I have seen people make a lot of money and lose a lot of money. Danielle, if I was a brand new business owner and I seriously only had $100 a month,
Okay.
I mean seriously to give you,
You bet.
is that a value? Is that something I still need to sit down? Would you, if I called you and said I have $50 to $100 to invest,
I would
would
say-
you take my call?
You bet. And we would actually customize a plan specifically for you.
Okay,
Your business is completely different than my business,
right?
completely different to the next person's business, and so that $50 or $100 to you needs to do something different than for the next person. And so what we want to make sure we're doing is meeting your goals, that we are going to help you, because realize every day you don't invest that money, you're losing out on compound interest. That's a critical piece.
Compound interest. So compound interest is where a penny is a penny today, tomorrow it's 2, the next day is 4 cents,
Potentially.
and then 8 cents. Is that
Depending-
compound?
Correct.
You guys,
Depending on
I'm
the
not.
interest
That's why I have a
rate.
financial advisor. I don't have to think.
But that's the
Okay.
critical part. I mean,
Ah.
yeah, that's what they should be helping you do and understand. So even if you have $50 today, you may have $100 tomorrow. Well, we can always add to it. We can always continue to grow. But start today. You have to start today.
So nobody should ever be embarrassed to call you.
Goodness no. Goodness no. Trust me, if you knew some of the scenarios we've been in
Yes.
as business
Oh,
owners.
you're not the only one in that game. Yeah, I mean,
here's
yes.
the thing, you get
Yeah.
into your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and you realize you haven't done anything, and it's time to
Yes.
play catch up. And guess what? There's still hope. We can help. You know, and we've got different plans that will encompass everything.
I want to hit that. What makes you different, other than you guys, her personally, she makes the difference. But what is different about your company? And do you work with companies that have employees? So I'm just me, I eventually get employees, I eventually grow with the employees. Are you the person that walks with me in my growth?
100%.
And what does that look like?
Well, it's going to vary for everybody.
Of course.
You know, if it's just you at first, we're going to work directly with you.
Okay.
We love to come in. We love to do lunch and learns for staff.
What is
and
that?
different things. Basically, we bring in lunch. We're not going to let the staff eat until after they hear the presentation. Sorry, staff.
You're stuck. You're stuck.
The beauty of it is, I promise we won't take more than 15 minutes at a time. But
Oh, that's
our goal,
nice.
Yeah, and our goal is to educate. We come in with a concept. We'll never come in pitching a product or a company,
Nice.
which is huge. That's a huge benefit of ours. When we sit down with you, we need to info gather. If we don't know what your needs are, what you can dedicate each month,
Well,
or
everybody's
each year.
different.
Exactly.
Okay.
I can't devise a plan for you if I don't know. So I don't want to walk in with a one-size-fits-all plan like a lot of the big box shops are going to do. You know, they've got quotas. They're told, you know, go out and push this product this month, or this is our big focus this year. That's not how we work. You know, I want something that is customized directly to you.
Yeah.
You know, and it may not make sense long term, but it's going to at least get you to start investing now, and then we can convert it so we can do different things.
So here's where I need clarity, and I'm sure other people probably think the same thing. So are you working with the HR department to make things happen for the employees, or are you working independently with the employees?
Traditionally, we like to work independently with the employees.
Nice. I
and
like
let
that
me-
too.
Let me put this out there. You've got 3 ways that you can retire: with taxable income, tax-deferred income, or tax-free income. And trust me, everybody is going to say they want tax-free because you don't want to pay taxes on it. So here's the biggest
But
thing.
we've got to.
Well, you do. No, here's the thing. You have to pay taxes on it.
Right.
You're right. but you want to pay taxes on the seed, not the harvest. And so,
because the taxes could be different 5, 10, 15 years from now.
you nailed it. So the sunset provision. We as a country, last year in February, all came to the agreement. We lowered taxes. They are at a historical low rate. You'll never see this again.
Right.
But the big thing is, guys, when that all goes back up in 2025, there's always that asterisk that the government puts in. And that asterisk basically says that in 2025, taxes are going to go back up to where they were when they first did this.
Yes.
But if our national debt has exceeded where it was,
It's going to go
they could potentially raise taxes even higher. Well, it was just announced this last week that our debt is now up to $22 trillion, which is insane, which is higher than it was when this sunset provision went into place. So your guess is as good as mine. It's going to skyrocket. Taxes, that's the way they offshoot the debt, is to increase taxes. And so why not pay taxes right now on your hard-earned money, the lowest you'll ever pay, and then never pay it again on the principal or the interest? Grow that money tax-free, so that when you go to retire, you're not paying taxes on whatever it's going to be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now, because we don't know. You could be paying half of your investment to the IRS.
Oh.
And trust me, they love that.
Well, they love that, but
that.
my hard-working money, that would make me not real happy.
Exactly.
So far, entrepreneurs need to get a financial advisor in place so that you can make plans. I'm very passionate about that. As well as if you're an employee and you're looking at investing your money personally, you can work with Danielle and Tony as well. What makes your company, I think I might have asked that earlier, what makes your company different than most is what I want to know. And number 2, I want to share your struggles as an entrepreneur.
Sure.
Here in a little bit, because my audience is all about real life failure, failing forward, right?
Yeah.
So Danielle, what makes you different? Because like you said earlier, there's a financial advisor on every block, maybe 2.
True.
So why would somebody want to grow with you?
Well, ultimately, first and foremost, there's no fees for our services at all. If you have $100 to invest, that's exactly what's going into your retirement plan.
That's nice.
It's huge.
Not $89, $100.
$100. The other benefit of our company and our products is that you have zero risk. So even if the market is down, you will not lose. Zero is your hero. One of my absolute favorite things. And so think about last quarter. Anyone who had investments in the market, you lost your tails. You would not have lost with us. And that's the beauty of what we do. Zero truly is your hero in any plan, in any capacity.
Okay.
And so I absolutely love that. Obviously you get to work with me. That's fantastic.
And it is.
But no, in true reality, the other side of that is we're going to make a customized plan for you. It's not cookie cutter. We're very boutique style.
There's a lot of cookie cutting financial advisor out there.
It's out there and it's everywhere, and because it's easy and you can see it as you start to talk to people. And so, I would challenge you, interview people. Make sure that the person that you're talking with is a good fit, and ask them, what makes you stand out. We come to people, we do these lunch and learns. And that's where we were going to circle back around. As you start to add employees, we can do different things for the employees where we'll bring in lunch, sit down for about 15 minutes, we'll share a concept. We're not going to share a company or a product or this is what we think would be best. We're going to basically kind of share the whole tax-free retirement concept and the sunset law provision, all of those different things. We've got some info cards, and we will never, ever walk into your business without the thumbs up from the employee saying, yeah, I wanted to talk to them. I wanted to sit down with them.
You're not invasive.
Nope, we're not going to be lounge lizards. We won't be just sitting there hanging out waiting for someone to come and to pray and attack. That's just not who we are.
No, it is not, no.
And so, we don't work necessarily with the HR department. We can if it's a nonprofit, something like that, where we technically would need a payroll slot is what it's called. Those are options if someone outside of a 401k, 403Bs and 457s, it's kind of a similar scenario, but on the private sector for nonprofits. But outside of that, we prefer to work directly with the employee because what's right for this employee, again, is going to be different for the next employee.
Absolutely.
And so we want to make sure we're doing tax-free retirement versus tax-deferred, which would be that 401k, 403B, 457.
Excellent. So every entrepreneur has struggles getting to where they're at. And as a matter of fact, when Danielle told me she was doing financial services, it took everything for me not to go, what in the hell? Because I know your past. And she's like, Bridget, I know. I question it too. But I think my question for you is, what were some of your struggles, number one, to make this decision, Danielle?
Mm-hmm.
You were here and you made a decision over here. You floored me, but you're doing it with such elegance and grace. And I'm so proud of you and Tony. What were the struggles in your mind that you were fighting with? Because we all have that between our head. And how did you get through that? Did you have naysayers? What were some of the things that were happening?
If you don't have naysayers, you're not doing something right.
I agree.
And honestly, it's use it as fuel for the fire. I'll tell you, my dad was a banker for 40 some years. He started as a bookkeeper.
Wow.
He made it all the way to senior vice president before he retired, which is huge, says a lot.
It does.
And so, I was raised with this mentality that you cannot fail. And when I say that, hold on one second, it's not that you cannot
I was
fall.
just going to say, really.
Well, you're going to fail a million times, but
Yes.
the only way you truly fail is if you quit. And that was my dad's mentality, is you've got to fail your way forward. And trust me, guys, everybody fails. I have done it a million times, and a lot of people are terrified of it. If you're an entrepreneur, you've got to be able to put that away and say, okay, how fast can I figure out what doesn't work so I can figure out what does work?
Right.
And I look at stepping away from medical sales, which was a very lucrative career.
Yes.
I just was not cut out to work for the man.
Yeah, I get it.
Many of us. But when we first got into direct sales, it was one of those things, I had absolutely no idea what the heck I was doing. I could sit for 12 hours on a computer, think I got a ton done, and I'd look at my to-do list and nothing was done. And so realizing I had absolutely no idea what the heck I was doing. And so I did get a business coach. I think it's critical to have that.
My audience knows that. I say that in every video.
It's massive. You've
Yes.
got to have somebody
Yes.
who's outside of this range,
Yes.
who is not one of the naysayers, who's not somebody close that's going to second guess and question every move. But I'll tell you, I did the wrong things. I had this brilliant idea at one point. Well, hey, I should go recruit everybody in direct sales. They're already in it. So I'm on all these lists and I'm messaging out.
That's such a no-no.
Trust me, the first message I got, like, this is not okay. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, whoops.
Yeah.
You figure things out and you own it.
Yeah.
And I think that's critical. You
Right.
have to take responsibility. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought this was brilliant. Obviously, it's not. Someone else has tried to do this too. But there's been times that we made the wrong mistake. We thought we could do something that we couldn't, or reached out to the right person and said the wrong things.
Yes.
That's honestly one of the worst. Is
Yes.
copycatting somebody else's words because they're not yours.
It's not coming from you. It's not coming from you.
People see it. And
they do see it. It's embarrassing. So what made you and Tony? So bedroom conversation. You and Tony are talking. Were you like, what in the hell are we thinking?
Oh,
so really, seriously, because I know there's people listening to going, I understand that conversation.
So when this was approached to us, we had actually, it's be careful what you ask for is kind of one of those things.
Amen, sister.
We had always talked, what if we could start our own direct sales company? What if we could do this? What if we could do this? But we need the idea. We need the funds. We need, you need this, this, and this. And we had a friend come to us, this would have been a little over a year ago, said, hey, one of my buddies just came to me, he's got this concept, whatever. And it wasn't until after my husband's surprise 40th birthday party last February, we finally got a chance to talk to him. And, he kind of fills us in, and we thought, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. Our best friends are there too. Everyone's having this. But then afterwards, I'm like, oh my gosh.
What the hell are we thinking?
My dad was in baking for 40 some years, and I just did one of these. Like, I didn't want to hear it. And here I am.
Yeah. Oh, I know. This is just so funny.
It's funny how it comes full circle, but we had been looking for something that could be a true career. And
right.
Not that I'm saying that direct sales is not. We still have a very successful business, but
it is.
I needed something different, that every day was a different day. Every client was a different scenario. I need the challenge. And
well, you almost need, I think everybody needs to feel relevant.
You bet.
And I know, Danielle and Tony, I bet when you leave a home and you've got a family guided on the right direction, that is your high. That is your paycheck of the heart.
To know that they're not going to make the same mistakes that I did.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And that's, and maybe they did. And hopefully we can, start to reverse it and fix it. But it's a critical thing for me to say, okay, I get it. We've got a mess here. Let's clean it up and let's get you on the right track. We can do it.
Yes. And I'm going to ask her a question about a program I know you have. And this is something for everybody. If you have a friend or a family that needs this, listen to this question. I understand you can help people with their debt.
We sure can.
This is huge. Now, every business owner, I had debt.
You bet. Well, to
I had
business,
debt.
you had to almost.
I didn't have anybody to call. Danielle, I was embarrassed. I was humiliated.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to think of me as a loser or a bad business person.
Sure.
But everything hit me at once, and I had nobody to call,
You
and
bet.
I had to find it out myself. So I'm somebody who, I might have $10,000 in debt. I might have $100,000 in debt. Do I call you?
You definitely
Do I talk to you?
Definitely.
Do you make me feel bad?
Goodness no, because we've all been there. We're Americans. We love to spend.
Yes.
Instant gratification.
So
no.
what do you say to an entrepreneur?
So here's the thing, and it really depends on how the debt is set up, what kind of retirement plans they have. The thing is, though, is we can actually work outside of that as well. We have a lot of different options, but
Yes.
the government made a huge scenario for us that if you have a 457, a 403B plan, or a 401k, there's what's called the TEFRA loan provision. Most people, as soon as they hear somebody has debt, they run. They say, you know what, when it's gone, you call us back. We would rather actually
How does that help our entrepreneurialism in America?
It doesn't. It doesn't help anybody.
Okay.
At the end of the day. And
But you and Tony are here
exactly
to save the
We're
day.
here to say, I need a cape.
Oh, she has a big S on her chest. Not that I've seen her chest, but I know that she has a big S on it.
But yeah, so we can totally help get out of debt. We've got a lot of different things. If somebody's credit is not there, say that they've got some late charges, different things like that.
Yeah.
We have some different resources that will actually help clean up your debt, typically within a 60 to 90 day window. It will cost you anywhere from about $45 to $60 a month. That's huge for your credit to clear out and to wipe clean.
Absolutely.
Where now all of a sudden you can take advantage of some of these different scenarios. And I mean, our biggest thing is your case again. You're going to be different than my case than anybody else. I'm going to get very creative to find every possible way. One, that we can get you out of debt, but two, now that we can take that dead money. So do you have, money that you're getting back in a tax return? If you are, it's dead money. If I offered you to hold your money for, say you want to hand me $10,000, I'm going to hold it for a year. I'm going to give it back to you, no interest. Would you do it? I mean, everyone's going to say no.
Yeah.
Yet we let Uncle Sam do it every single year. That's dead money.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. No, that's really good to know. So here's the thing. You're never alone as an entrepreneur, although you can feel very lonely.
You can if you don't have
I can't imagine Danielle not ever taking a phone call from somebody saying, I need help.
You bet.
So what I am going to do is I'm going to put Danielle and Tony's information at the bottom of here. You'll be able to find a way to talk to them, even if it's just a phone call of grabbing coffee.
You bet.
Because I know you're a face-to-face girl.
I love it.
I know. She's very personable.
I like to get out of the house too, so
yes.
it's always a good thing.
In closing, I kind of want to recap a little bit.
You bet.
For the entrepreneur that's sitting here watching us saying, there's no way I would call her, there's no way I can afford to get into business. So I'm going to recap by saying, even if you don't have money left over at the end of the month, give Danielle and Tony a call. If you are looking at becoming an entrepreneur, what to do with a 401k when you leave a company and go to independence, give Danielle and Tony a call. If you want to know what are some of the things, I'm looking at becoming an entrepreneur, what are some of next year, what are some of the things I need to do today to be set up for success, retirement, and just having that monkey off my back?
You bet.
They would give you a call.
You bet.
If you're in debt and you're a fish in water and you're in this bowl going around and around and around and you're wondering, how do I get out of this bowl? How do I get out of it? Give you guys a call.
You bet.
One last thing I want to ask. I understand that you are always looking for individuals that might, A, want a career change.
You bet.
B, they're currently in finances and maybe they hit the ceiling in their company, or maybe they're not happy with their company but they're so deep into it they don't know how to leave.
You bet.
Is that somebody that can call you and say maybe there's an opportunity with you?
Of course. And so we are always growing. We do want a very unique person.
What does that person look like?
Yeah, somebody who they've got to be well-rounded in the sense that they can be out in front of people. They've got to be quick on their feet, and that's where we help. We train. We are never going to leave you high and dry. But we need somebody who can get creative and come up with those different plans and a different case design for each person. We need someone who's trustworthy. Are they trustworthy to understand? Because think about it.
Yeah.
I even look at my mother-in-law. Probably the best statement she ever made was, here I am giving you all of my information, and I
vulnerable.
feel like it is. I feel like I should be dead before you see this.
Oh.
But yet, here's the thing: is why on earth did I trust giving it to some complete stranger instead of my family member who I know has my best interest?
Danielle,
It's huge.
that is such a
Yes.
Say that one more time.
So basically what she had said is why do I feel so weird giving you my information? I feel like I should be dead, before you see what I'm worth and what my bank accounts look like. But yet, for some reason, I gave it all to some complete stranger instead of somebody who I know loves and trusts me, who has my best interest at heart. And so I know it's embarrassing if we have debt or we haven't started saving for retirement.
None of that's comfortable.
No.
It's not a sexy conversation.
But here's the thing: I have a better interest in you especially if I know you, because it's my purpose to take care of you. That I have to. I cannot sleep at night if I didn't do that. So it's a pretty critical piece.
That's emotional.
It is.
I mean, when I think about that, my financial advisor, my new one, I didn't know him, and we gave him everything.
You bet.
Holy crap! Okay, well there you go. That's an eye opener. And what about compassion? Compassion's important to be on your team.
Well, because you're going to run into instances where maybe somebody just passed away and somebody just got this big life insurance plan and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Or their loved one passed away and they don't know what to do with that business.
They're a wreck.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different parts of it. You have to be human.
Yes.
You have to wear your heart on your sleeve at some points and be able to kind of console them and, okay, we got this covered,
Well, Danielle, I got to tell you, I really enjoyed today so much, honey. And for all of you listening today, I know that you're probably going to have a lot of questions. If you do have questions, please write them down or call Danielle. And I believe next time we're going to interview Danielle and Tony. I really think it's important that we have both of you and we do a follow-up to this. Would that be all right with you?
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. So if you are a CEO, CFO, COO, or C-level employee and you want to take a look at, another question I want to ask you is this. Companies review who they're investing with, don't they, on a regular basis? Or should they?
They should. And the thing is,
would they be calling you on that?
They should. Because
how many employees? I'm sorry. Now all of a sudden opened up another box of worms. What's the maximum amount of employees you would work with?
There's no max.
There is no max.
No. So,
okay.
And what we'll do in a scenario where there's larger offices, we will break it up as we're sitting down with them. So we may do a lunch and learn for say 25 people, or an after hours, just quick gathering. But we're going to break it up so it's not so overwhelming.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean we can service in all capacities.
And you're not alone. This is something I want to mention about Danielle and Tony's company that they have created. You're not alone.
No, you
have an immense team behind you.
We do.
Can you take a quick minute and talk about your team?
So currently we have about 40 licensed agents. We are across the U.S., but we've got about 10 of us that are here locally growing as we speak. Phenomenal people. Handpicked, a lot of them were business coaches. But these are people that have the same mission that we do. We have our business partner that comes in from time to time. Incredible man, the wealth of knowledge.
And he's going to be here when?
He will be here March 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yes.
So, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you guys are interested, we will actually be hosting a gathering out at Blackstone Country Club.
Okay.
Tuesday, March 5th at 6:30. Please, we'd love to have you. If it's something you've got questions.
Do I have your permission to put that on
most
the link?
Definitely,
okay.
Please.
We'll put that on the link.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got questions, it's a great chance to come and just kind of hear what we're all about and why we're different.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope today was completely beneficial for you. I know that I've had an eye-opening conversation as well, but honestly, it is very important to be set up for success before you even get started. Years ago, when I got my first loan for my very first salon, did you know that it was a requirement for me to have a will and a financial advisor?
It's unfortunate it's still not
They
that
don't
way.
do that anymore. They don't do that anymore. So if you can qualify for a loan, great. But I will tell you, I've been in partnerships, and I'm so grateful. I had an attorney, financial advisor, and our departures. It's kind of like when you get married, you got to plan on how would you exit your marriage, right?
Yes.
I know it's sad, but anyway, so I hope today was beneficial for you. I want nothing more than for you to be set up for success because believe me, I can't even tell you where my 60 years have gone. Holy cow.
Isn't it
I,
crazy
you
how
know,
time
it's like
flies?
time goes so fast. So anyway, Danielle, thank you so much. I can't wait to have
you.
you and Tony back on again. And everybody, please make sure you subscribe down below. I will have all of Tony and Danielle's information and the date that her friend is going to be coming into town and where it's going to be held. It'll be down below this video. And I just want to say thank you so much. And please share me with your friends. And I have to share my goal with you is to be at 1 million views by 2020.
I love it.
I don't
Let's
think
get it
small.
done.
Let's get it done. All right, everybody. Thank you, Danielle. You're
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank
All right,
you.
bye, everybody.